We'll start. Today we will learn something called Amtakat Din. What is Amtakat Din? Amtakat Din, Rabbi Nachman is talking a lot about it. And Amtakat Din means in English to sweeten the judgment. Okay? It's a Kabbalistic term that says when a person has problems in life, physical problems, spiritual problems, doesn't matter what kind of problems, the source of the problem is something called dinim, judgments. Okay, so in the world we have 10 powers that God created the world with them. It's called the 10 Sfirot. Keter, Chokhmah, Bina, Chesed, Gvura, Tiferet, Netzach, Od, Yesod, Malchut. You don't have to remember that by heart. And this Esel Sfirot, there are 10 powers. That God created everything in the world that is made of those 10 powers. That's why the number 10 is also in all cultures, it's the whole number.
The whole number.
It means there's no more than 10. Right? 11 is already 10 plus 1. You know? So why is it like this? Because God created the world with 10 powers. Same thing is 7 days of creation. There's no nation in the world that has 8 days, 5 days. Everybody has 7 days.
The week of 7 days. No one follows a week of 8.
Right. Why 7? Because God created 7, and the secret of the number 7 is that those 10 powers, Sfirot, they are divided in Kabbalah to 3 and 7. 3 upper Sefirot, which called Muchim, our brain, the head, and the 7 lower Sfirot, which are the body. Head and body has also a disconnection, a separation, the neck. Okay? And that's why everything that has to do with this world has 7. The number 7 plays a big role. They say it's a lucky number, but the reason it's a lucky number is because it's basically everything that has to do with the physical creation is made out of 7. Music, you have 7.
No, it's that's when Mashiach comes. We'll get
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si. Again, do. Why?
Yes,
it's only 7.
It's 1.
Exactly, you see. So this is 7, and there's a lot of it's not a 7 class now. We should make a
7 o'clock.
Yeah.
7 o'clock. 7. Oh, that'd be a cool share. Why not?
Yeah, we should make a 7 shiur, but
7 p.m.
the Sfirot, the 10 Sfirot are basically 3 and 7. So now those 10 Sfirot are divided to 2 parts, actually to 3 parts. If you look at the chart of the Sfirot, they have 3 rows. You have the right side, you have the left side, and you have the middle. For example, Keter is in the middle, Chokhmah is on right, Bina is left, Tiferet is middle. Sorry, Bina is left. Then we have Dat, which is in the middle, but Dat sometimes disappears because when there is Keter, there's no Dat. Doesn't matter. Then we have Chesed, which is on the right side, Gvura is on the left side, Tiferet is in the middle. Netzach is on the right side, Hod is in the left side, and then we have Yesod, which is in the middle, and Malchut is also in the middle. So you have 3.
Like a menorah.
Yeah, you have 3 lines. Now the right line, that's what you have in the world. You have righties, you have lefties, and you have
ambidextrous.
The middle. So everything is created with this. Now, so the Sfirot basically, if you summarize them, there are 3. Right, left, and middle. This is a very, very deep Durush in Kabbalah called Durush Adat. Durush Adat is talking about how everything is basically 3. But what is Din? Din is the left side. Now, left side always symbolize the judgment. the things that are more hard, the things that are more squeezed, in life. Chesed is the opposite, is the
Kindness.
opening, kindness, right? Now, it's right that there is a good din, there is a good judgment, right? For example, now it's the month of Elul, we need to judge ourselves and to see what we did wrong. It's a good thing, right? Being strict is the left side. It's good sometimes to be strict. If you are too kind, it can bring a lot of bad things. If you're too kind to your child, the child is not going to learn and also to appreciate everything you give him. He will take everything for granted. So we need also borders in life. The deen, the left side is the borders, okay? Now, however, from the negative side of it, all the bad powers, they are symbolized as the left side. That's why lefties are, so I'm just kidding. Yeah.
Oh, whoa.
In Israel, we have righty and lefty, right?
Very much.
Why they are right and they are left? Think about it. But left is basically the bad powers. They are have more effect in the left side of creation. That's why, for example, Sunday is we have seven sfirot, right? And we said that the 7 days that correspond to the 7 sfirot. So Sunday will be Chesed, according to Kabbalah, which is the right side, and Monday is Din. It's the left side. That's why on Monday God didn't say Ki Tov. In every day of creation, God say, "Oh, this is good."
But Monday he didn't?
Monday you didn't. On Tuesday you said twice.
So why on Monday did he not?
So the Kabbalistic explanation, because in Monday, hell was created, all the bad powers were created, the Satan was created, all the dinim.
It was Monday? I thought that was Wednesday.
No. Wednesday is something else. It's the sun and the moon and all those. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, she'akol nהיה bid'o.
That's why everyone hates Mondays. It's a known thing. People hate Monday. It's a joke people make. People say, "Oh, it's Monday." It's a joke. People hate Monday. Yeah, that's why
I didn't hear that joke, but this is true. I mean, God made on Monday all the hard, the judgments. Yeah, as we said, the demons were created on Monday. The Satan was created on Monday. Now, the Gemara in Masechet Shabbat 156 is a very interesting Gemara. The Gemara that says that whoever was born on Monday is gonna be a person that wants to fight, argue. He likes it. Yeah.
Become a lawyer, maybe.
They have more anger. Yeah, they're good in being a lawyer. But again, there is also the good side of it. Judgment means doing everything strict according to the book. This is also something we need. So we cannot say that the left side is completely bad. No, it's very good. It's actually, if you look deep in Kabbalah, the left side is even higher than the right side. But not now. Now the left side is not fixed. In times of Mashiach, the left side, the dinim will be fixed, and the dinim will be higher than the chasadim. But now the chesed is more olam chesed tibaneh. We need a world of kindness. Now, all this was an introduction to understand what is amtakat din. So basically, because there is kindness, judgments, we need to know how to work with them. Okay? One of the goals of creation is, Baal Shem Tov call it Achna'a, Avdala, Amtaka. Okay? Baal Shem Tov says we have to be first Machniya, conquered the bad powers, the dinim, the judgments. Conquer them. Don't let them spread. Okay? Second, spiritual work, goal that we have in life is called Havdalah. Not just conquer them, we have to separate them from us. The last and basically the goal of all goals is called Hamtaka. Hamtaka is a sweetening. Is when you can take the judgment and make it sweet. Okay? And with this, we will see. With this, we will see through the history all the tzaddikim, the righteous people, the way how they serve God was in one of those three methods.
Not all three? If the goal of life is all three, why do they only do one?
Yes, but each one of them gets you to the goal.
Right.
But the goal of all goals at the end
is the third one.
This is what we do in our generation. That's why you see, for example, if you go 1,000, 2,000 years ago, you will see that the way how the rabbis and the people were serving God was a lot different than today. They were, for example, telling you if there is bad, separate from the bad. Right? Today we also separate from the bad because it affects us, but less. Today we are in the bad, everybody. You know?
You're saying it doesn't affect us, we're just, it's so ingrained in us.
Exactly. We have no choice. God put us in a situation. Back in the day, you could live in a place where there's only righteous people, you know. There's no media, there's no effect from other places. Today everything is,
no matter where you go,
everything is mixed together. So our job basically is called Hamtakat Din, and that's the best. Hamtakat Din means taking the judgment and be able to sweeten the judgment. Okay? Now, this is what we need to do in general, but also if we want to basically have a better life, we should do it on a daily basis with our problems, with the things we're going through. And this is what Rabbi Nachman is going to talk and give us advice right now. How do we basically sweeten the judgments? And as we said, any problem that you have in life, you have a problem with money, you have a problem with kids, a problem with health, a problem, issue with memory, with whatever it is, it means that there is a din. The din means that the bad power is in control, and then don't let the light of God to give you the shefa, the abundance that you need to get. When you're sweetening the judgments, they don't block anymore, and therefore you can get all the blessing and whatever you need. Okay? So, first example that Rabbi Nachman gives in Sefer Amidot, Hamtakat Adin, he says, basically he brings a Gemara in Masechet Avodah Zarah 55 that says the following: בשעה שמשגרים על האדם ייסורים, at the moment when they send a person suffering, each one of us suffer in different levels. But if you get to suffer, it's not random. It was sent by God from heaven to you. So that's why we say בשעה שמשגרים. משגרים means sending. When they sending suffering to someone, משביעין עליהם שלא ילכו. So those sufferings, they made them swear the suffering before they go to that person. And they made them swear that they would not go only ביום פלוני, in a certain day, and they will not come out of that person only in a certain day, in a certain hour, and with the help of a certain medicine.
So what's the point of praying for an illness to leave if it's
One
going to leave anyway?
So the Gemara says like this. This is a good question, and he answers that in a moment. He says, let's say someone got a backache. Okay? How did the backache come to him? There was a decision up in heavens because of whatever reasons, something you did in this world, and before, in past life, whatever it is, that you need now to suffer a headache. They take the suffering that's called a headache before they send it. Yeah, it's a metaphor, right? And they tell them, you promise, dear suffering, that you go on Tuesday, September 11th, and you come out on Wednesday, September 23rd, okay, for example. And you will come out only at... And you will come out only at that hour, 5 p.m., with that type of medicine that this doctor will give. Okay? That's what they say.
But many times we get over sickness without a doctor.
Right.
Without a doctor.
That's not, doesn't have to be a doctor. It could be your mom told you, oh, make a tea with lemon.
Sometimes I take nothing.
And this is... So this is what it is.
But if I take nothing?
Huh?
Let's say I took nothing. I would not get better?
Could be. So, could be that the swear was without nothing.
Time itself is mental.
Time was the doctor.
The time was here. Not always it has to be with something. Could be that you took that thing without knowing it.
And the food you eat,
Yeah.
maybe, whatever.
But then what do we do when there's perhaps we can see a cause for that pain? Is it somebody's never looking after their postures, they're always like that, so then eventually it's going to start hurting.
Yeah.
Are we differentiating that from this? Or are we saying this is a type of suffering that all of a sudden comes without maybe
You cause it on yourself. Is it decreed by Shemaim that you have to cause it to yourself?
So I'll tell you.
Somebody's not sleeping.
This is a very big question. Do we have responsibility? Let's say, as you said, you walk like this. So of course, now I'll ask you a little bit more deeper. Who made you walk like this? Right.
Still.
So they know that you need to be having this issue, and they send it to you. Now the Gemara says something very interesting. We have to go into it. It's a very, very big subject. The Gemara says, "Akol bidei shamayim, chutz mitzinim pachim." Everything. Oh, Rosh Hashanah. Everything is by heavens, except tzinim pachim. Tzinim pachim means cold and hot. Means when you get cold or you get you get sick because of being too hot or too cold or those type of things, the Gemara says it's not in the hands of heaven. This is you cause yourself. But it seems like anything else.
So cigarettes, not me.
Oh,
Like,
that's how it seems.
How could it be?
You know.
I
Now, this is something we should go into it. Now, from another side, we know that we don't have a freedom of choice only between good and bad. Okay? So, to smoke cigarettes or to not smoke cigarettes, it interferes with a law in the Torah. The Torah says that you have to take care of your health. And when you know for a fact that something caused a harm to your health, it's basically you are now having a choice between good and bad. Good is doing what the Torah says, and bad is smoking cigarette, which we know that it's not good, right? So if you look at it like this, yeah, you do affect your health, of course. We cannot say chas v'shalom that you're not.
You don't have a choice. Yeah.
But who said you can? Let's take it like this. There's people that smoked cigarette and nothing happened to them.
Yeah.
You understand?
Lucky.
Now, why? Because God didn't send them that. They don't need to get the Isurim. You understand? So you, of course, you need to do what you need to do.
But you're not necessarily going to get sick from the cigarette unless God decrees you to get sick.
Exactly. Okay?
Interesting.
The cigarettes are not good. However, it's not guaranteed that it's gonna make you sick. Now, what's gonna guarantee make you sick? If God decided in heaven that you need to be sick, they will send it. Now, is it gonna come through nature? Yes. You're gonna come to the doctor and says, you know, it's because of the cigarettes. But really, and I'm saying it very, very whispering, so nobody hears. Even without the cigarettes, if you needed to suffer, you will suffer.
Some people get lung cancer and they never smoked a day in their life.
Exactly.
Somebody that poor posture, somebody else hospital gets in some accident and they have a part in their back.
I know a very good friend of mine in Israel, the most healthy person in the world.
Smokes all day for sure.
No, the most healthy person in the world.
Okay.
He eats only whole wheat, only, you know, the things that are... He was 25 years old. He got cancer. Why? Because I know him, so this is my theory. Emotions.
Oh, for sure.
He is very, very into himself. You know? He is not... He keeps grudge all the time.
He holds things inside.
Holds things inside. You know, sometimes when you get angry always from inside, this is cause, those emotions cause health problems. Now, again, if you look deep, so why did God made him behave like this? Because at the end of the day, he needs to go through something, and he needs to get it. However, so until here, again, we are analyzing. Until here, this is a Gemara. The Gemara says that they send you the disease. And they tell the disease, you come in that day, you go out at that day, and with that, whatever food or cure or whatever. Okay? Which, by the way, from here we see also a very interesting thing. One medicine doesn't work for everyone. Basically, not the medicine is the thing that heals you. It's just because God wants things in this world to go by nature, so he has to make kind of it coming through nature. So for David Caro, I decided this is going to be honey and lemon, and for one mirror name, Tamir, yeah, it's going to be for with the bread and salt. Okay, but it doesn't matter
what it is.
What it is. Now, by the way, this is why the Rabbi Milubavitch and other Rabbanim always were. When you went to one doctor, they will refer you to another one or another two. Why? Because sometimes you go to a certain doctor, but that's not the doctor that was decided in heaven that through his medicine you're going to be healed. He could be the best doctor in the world, but that's not the one that was decided in Shamayim. Could be that the not professional one somehow. Well, Rabbi Yosef, he was a time in his life that he became almost blind, and he didn't know what to do. You know, all his life is Torah, learning, reading. He was very, very sad, and he took a few days off. He went to Tzfat, to the grave of your great grandfather, Karo.
My tate.
Rabbi Yosef Karo, and because he was crying there and was saying, "Listen, Maran Shulchan Aruch, you order Shulchan Aruch. All my life I'm spending to prove your Torah and to spread it all over that everybody should follow Shulchan Aruch. You know, now I have problems in the eyes. A lot of doctors, nobody knew what's the problem. Pray for me in Shamayim so I can see, so I can continue my job." Right after praying there, he went out, someone calls. Says, "Rabbi, we found a French doctor from France. He knows the particular thing that you have." Okay. What does he say? He said, "Listen, you don't need to do any surgery. You don't need to do any..." He says, "What do you mean?" He says, "You just need to put sunglasses."
Oh, yeah, true. That's why I always wear sunglasses, right?
You have a problem with the sun, And this is what caused that problem. If you will always wear sunglasses,
your eyes will get better.
that's why Rabbi always says,
Hey,
people think that he was a cool rabbi. But no, it was because he had the problem. Now, it's so funny. Sunglasses, yeah, that's what was decided in Shamayim, that the sunglasses were here. You know? Now, says Rabbi Nachman, Aval tshuva tefillah v'tzedakah mevatlin et hashvuah. This swear that they made the disease, the problems, the dinim, to swear, okay, yeah, we will come at that day and we'll come out at that day. There's something that can cancel and to release the swear. What is that? Prayer, donation, tzedakah, and tshuva, repentance.
All three together, or even one of them?
Even one of them. So you see that even if it was decided, we can cancel the decree. This is what Rabbi Nachman says. Yeah. Now here, there is one of the Rabbanim here, he says something interesting. He asks, הנה באמת, איך יכול הרופא לחגור מותניו לרפות החולה על ידי רפואה בסמים, אבל הוא אינו יודע שמה צריך לרפואת החולה. He asks a question on the doctors. He says, how can the doctor take responsibility to give a certain medicine? He doesn't know what was decided in heaven that he needs.
So how does he know what to give?
Yeah.
He doesn't.
Because there is different ways and different medicine to help to heal a certain disease, one illness. So how does he know what's good for him? It was decided in heaven. He doesn't have Ruach HaKodesh to know. And we said that there was already decided which medicine will help that man. So how the doctor can get himself to that job even when he doesn't know the particular
for each person
medicine that was decided for that person? Oh, because he says all what he needs to heal from is the judgments that is on him. According to the judgments, it was decided to send him suffering to a certain time. And that's why he cannot be healed from other things. But he says, but there's something called pidyon nefesh. Pidyon nefesh is a very, very interesting Kabbalistic procedure. When a person is sick, he comes to a tzaddik, to a righteous person that knows how to do pidyon nefesh, and he gives him money. He gives a donation. And the money, it's called damim, blood. It's like a sacrifice. And when the tzaddik takes the money with both of his hands, like this, and he does certain kavanot, certain intentions on different worlds, and he is basically sweetening the judgments from the three lower worlds, Olam HaBriya, Olam HaYitzira, Olam HaAsiya. Rabbi Nachman says that there is 24 judges, house of judgments, that he needs to know in what house of judgment they judge his particular problem. And he is sweetening the judgments from the source.
Does he keep the money?
Huh?
Does he keep the money? What does he do with the money?
He takes the money.
Does he keep it afterwards?
He can technically the money should go to tzedakah or to that righteous person for his learning Torah, whatever. He decides what to do with the money.
You have to be fine. Make sure you get the right rabbi for Pidyon Nefesh. You get scammers, you know. It's not good.
And it's the scammers is not the scammers is not about taking the money. The scammers is about if the guy knows how to do Pidyon Nefesh.
Yeah, I know. That's what I mean. Like, there's a lot of fake Kabbalists in Israel. You see them.
There's a lot of fake.
A lot of them.
That's right.
They like mess around with you. idea.
But maybe we'll see that later, what's Pidyon Nefesh and how, and Bezrat Hashem. Maybe we'll teach you one day, huh, Carol?
Rabbi, you're going to turn me into Kavos? Is that what's going to happen? I'm already Rabbi Nachman. I can't be both.
Rabbi Nachman was Rabbi Nachman knew how to make Pidyon Nefesh more than any tzaddik in the history. But we will speak about Pidyon Nefesh maybe another time. But he says, but when a person comes to do Pidyon, so that tzaddik, he's sweetening the judgments even before he can retroactive
make it not exist.
cancel the judgment. כי כשנמתק דין הזה גוזרים דין אחר, בין כך ובין כך, ראינו אחר המתקת דין הראשון, קודם גוזרים דין אחר, אז זה יכול לרפות החולה על ידי הסמים. When you do the pidyon, so the pidyon cancel the decree that was decided. But now, they have to decide something else.
Right, because there always has to be something.
Yeah. So in the time between, after he made the pidyon,
they're making a new one.
Anything you take,
Okay.
for the medicine, for the thing.
Oh,
Works.
Oh, because there was...
Yeah.
So explain.
כי אין צריך דווקא סם מאחר שאין דין, because there's no din, there's no particular din that needs only that type of medicine.
Right.
When you do pidyon nefesh, now you go to doctor, doesn't matter which one you go, doesn't matter what it gives you, ginger will work.
But most people don't do pidyon nefesh.
That's the
So
problem.
how is it possible? I'm saying that most people...
So most people get out of hadir sicknesses because of either they do tshuva or tefillah
Not the
or
medicine.
or it's happened to be that they get that medicine.
The
Again,
God decrees that they're going to get the medicine.
exactly.
Or not,
God leads them there, of course.
Right.
But sometimes, if they have a schut, if they have a merit to get it, they get it. If they don't have a merit, they don't
They
have
won't
it.
get it.
מאחר שאין דין נמצא שאי אפשר לרופא לרפות כי אם על ידי פיון שצריכים לעשות בדיון תחילה. So he says that technically, if you want to help the doctor, you need to do pidyon nefesh.
Help them out.
Understand? Now, I'll tell you personally, I saw this a lot of times. It's just doing miracles. Our problem with pidyon nefesh in our days today is that we don't know the amounts
Of what?
of the money.
How much money do you need to give for pidyon nefesh?
So, I'll tell you, it's tzaddik, he sees, according to the judgment that you have, according to the problem that you have, how much you need to sweeten the judgment. So, for example, someone like Arizal, Rabbi Nachman, Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, they could tell you, okay, this is $2,000. This is $5. This is
So
$40.
nowadays, how do you... It's really find
In our days, there's no people that know
the amount.
the amount.
So what's a flat...
That's why that's one of the ways you know how is a scam.
If he charges a lot.
If he tells you the amount.
Oh, if he tells you any amount. So wait, so what did he just tell you? Give me some money?
No.
Have you done pidyon nefesh before?
Yes.
Okay, so what do you ask for?
So I'll tell you, there is few types of pidyon nefesh. There's the pidyon nefesh of the Rashash, which is a very Kabbalistic pidyon nefesh that actually has a certain number.
Okay.
He says 160. Why 160? Because you have to divide it to coins.
Okay.
And you have different kavanot on every amount of coin.
So you have to give it to
Different names of God, they're sweetening the judgments. And then you take the 17 coins and you put it aside, and you have a certain kavanah on it, and then you take 10 and there's a different numbers.
Can it be 160 quarters, or does it have to be $1?
No, it doesn't matter.
It's
160.
like 160 pennies.
Yeah.
You're good.
Yeah, but again, you can do it. Technically, according to Rashash, it says this. The Chida brings, he says, a lot of time the judgment is on you. You is your name. So he says it's good to give the amount of the name.
You better hope you have a short name. Alexander, you're done.
Carlo.
One of our South Indian names.
I'm good. I'm David. I'm very easy. I'm like, what am I? Yeah,
Again, when we're talking about those things,
Who cares about money?
we don't care
About the money, yeah.
about spending less.
Obviously.
We care about healing.
That is-
You know. Again, this is what the Chidah say. It's good to give the amount of the name. But Rabbi Nachman, and as I told you, he is the expert of Pidyon Nefesh. He has a lot of Torot that talks about Pidyon Nefesh. Beautiful Torot. He says that you don't know the amount. So what are you going to do? So he says to the person, whatever comes to your mind, Bezat Hashem, God will give you the amount. You think, whatever.
Just come to your head.
Now, I would say, the bigger the problem, you know, try to make an effort to give more. So you, because again, there's a lot of judgment, a lot of sweetening. But it has to come to you, because we don't have that today. Now, also the person that does the Pidyon Nefesh, I would recommend that he would be someone that knows the Torot of Rabbi Nachman. Why? Because the guy that does the Pidyon Nefesh, he needs to know basically in what Beit Din in Shamayim they judge you. And there is 24 Batei Din. Okay? The decree that they put on you was decided in 1 out of the 24 Batei Dinim in Shamayim. Do you know where? Now, there are righteous people that have Ruach HaKodesh, that they know where. They see it. Like you see the way to your home, they see the ways in Shamayim. They're very connected. But not always you get to that guy, you know. It's very hard, especially in our generation, to find someone, and sometimes you don't know even that he's like this.
Yeah, but we know you.
I'm not like this. But when you get to someone that is connected with the Torah of Rabbi Nachman, you know what he can do? And this is what my rabbi taught me how to do the Pidyon Nefesh. When you take the money, what you do, there is a certain prayer and intention that we connect ourselves with Rabbi Nachman. There is a certain thing. It's not something new that Rabbi Nachman made up. It was already in the times of Arizal, Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. You can see it in the prayers of the Ben Ish Chai. Sometimes before, for example, before Kriyat Shema on the bed, one of the prayers that the Ben Ish Chai brings down, he says, and I am having intention that all what I say is if it's the Arizal saying it. And I cancel my mind to his mind. My hands is like his hands. My mind is like his mind. My intention is his intention. My speech is his speech. And when you do that, you know what basically happens? You become him. Not him, but you connected to him. And then, if this person that knows to do the Pidyon Nefesh, he does it to Rabbi Nachman, that knows the secret of the 24 Batei Din, even though he doesn't know, but because he's connected to Rabbi Nachman, as if Rabbi Nachman did the Pidyon Nefesh.
But he's going to do it, so Rabbi Nachman's, in a sense, spirit will know which Beit Din and do it for you, even if you don't know, and therefore, even if you can literally not know, but you know Rabbi Nachman's there doing it, so he does it.
Now you tell me, okay, this is a very nice theory. I'm telling you, I checked it. Not a few months ago. I had a situation in Moscow. A lady calls me. Her daughter, you know, Putin and all those guys there. It's everything there is it's corrupt, you know. And there was something happening there that they wanted to put a Jewish girl, 20-something years old, in jail. You know, the Russian jail is not an Israel jail that, you know, that you have TVs, and I actually saw it because I mean, they took me to the army jail. They decided I was. You remember that time? And in the army jail, one of the things you do, you work in the regular jail, and you serve their different things. So you see. And listen, this is a hotel 3 or 4 stars. I mean, we in the army jail suffered. We were living in tents. You know, and they can make even a degree, an university degree. So it doesn't matter. In Russia, it's not like this. Okay? Now, all the community, she needed to get like 7-10 years. I don't remember exactly. You know, like a 20-something years old girl. You know, there's no kosher food there even. You know, and she didn't do anything. It was the company that she was working for. They did something. And the mother is crying. What did I do? They have a court. Now they know there's no chances.
It's all corrupt, yeah.
But they had such a... So she calls me. I said, listen, I don't know. I told her to pray this, to pray that. And then I was sitting, I was in the car. Someone took me to a lecture. And then I was like, I felt so bad for that girl. I took $100. I don't know, that's what came to my American dollars I had. And I said, I'm going to take medium benefit for her myself. So I said to Hashem, this $100 is not mine. I'm giving it to her as if she gave it to me. And I'm doing a pidyon nefesh. And I did a pidyon nefesh at that moment. It was exactly half an hour before the court. And I told him I'll pray for her and everything. She calls me 2 hours after that. The mother is shocked. She says, I don't know. They just told her go home.
Huh.
Like, how can things
just don't
go so rolling and stuff like that?
They were just shocked. I was sure that this is the power of pidyon nefesh. This is just one story, you know. There's different people sick here, there. But again, why? Because when you connect yourself to the tzaddik, so the tzaddik is doing it for you. I personally do to all my kids at least 2 times a year. Pidyon nefesh. If my wife is sick, doesn't feel well, I don't go to the doctor. I first of all do pidyon nefesh, then go to the doctor. No problem. But let me do the pidyon before.
Okay, I know what I'm doing next.
You know, this is a way of life that we need to teach people to do. You know. Okay. So this is, he says, ועל ידי פדיון ממתיק את הדין, ואז יש רשות לרופא. Now the רופא, the doctor can heal. So this is what he says. So we're already on time. ברוך אדוני לעולם, אמן ואמן.